Okay, hello everyone. So by the time you watch this video, perhaps you have already finished exercise 6A, which is the direct variation. Okay, then we should move on to the second exercise, exercise 6B, which involves the inverse variation. Okay, so what is inverse variation? Because before we go into the detail, we should do a little bit revision of direct variation first, and then you can see the difference between them. Okay, so let's see direct variation first. If we say y varies directly as x, then we got this result. Okay, y equals to k times x, where this case is not equals to 0. Okay, but if we talk about inverse, the inverse version, okay, the inverse version of variation, then when we say if y varies inversely as x, then that means y varies directly as 1 over x. Okay, so we'll talk about these tricks later. But actually, here you should understand that the inverse here is being illustrated by the denominator, here. Okay, this x is on the denominator. Okay, then the inverse is being shown. Okay, because we put x to the inverse of x. That means 1 over it. Then it is the definition of inverse variation. Okay, therefore next we can say y equals to some unknown k times 1 over x, the inverse of x. Okay, and of course this case also must not be equal to 0. Okay, but here note that we normally use another expression. We prefer this one, y equals to unknown k over x, where this k does not equal to 0. We prefer this one more than the last one, okay, more than k times 1 over x, okay, because k over x gives us more direct calculation process. Okay, so we prefer to use this one whenever we mention about inverse variation. Then that means y equals to k over that unknown. Okay, so in some books you may see that you in some other textbook you may see the following description. Okay, they may say if y varies directly as x, then y also varies. Oh, sorry, I make it wrong. It should be if y varies inversely as x, then y also varies directly as 1 over x. Okay, so this is the correct statement. Okay, because if you try to write down both variation statement, then you may be able to find out that the first statement gives us the result y varies inversely as x. Okay, so we put x onto the denominator, then we tackled the part inverse. Okay, and the second statement also gives us the same result, y varies directly as. Okay, this time we take 1 over x as an unknown, then y varies directly as this thing. Okay, both of them lead to the same result, which Actually, I mentioned earlier already. Okay, but this is not a very important part. You just need to know whenever we mention about inverse variation, we put the unknown to the denominator, okay, but not the variation constants. Bear in mind that the variation constants will always be on top, okay. Bear in mind that this variation constants will always be on top on the numerator parts, okay. This is the only thing that is important, okay. Then watch the next video for the instant real parts, okay.